Hi everyone. It seems to have booted me off, so I hope that you can all get back on. I'll just wait a sec while people start coming back online. Let's see if it works. Oh, hello. Sorry. We had to have a quick pause. I'm just going to wait till everybody can hop back online. Oh, good. Hi, Leah. Thanks for letting me know that you're back. It said they detected a copyright thing, which is funny because I don't have any music on or anything in the background. Hi, just let me know when you're back, and then I'll get back started to where we were. Sorry for the inconvenience, everyone. Hi, Salma. Thanks for coming back to watch. I'm just going to check my messages to see if anybody's having trouble. Okay. Hi, Chris. All right, our numbers are jumping back up. Good. Hi, Hattie. Okay, so it seems like a few new people are coming. Still waiting for some of our old friends to hop back on. So we did our 1 cup of flour already, and we mixed that with our cornstarch. Hi, Mark. And then we added our 2 tablespoons of oil into the big bowl. And then we went and we're boiling some water. So I used my kettle. Then in a small bowl, I mixed some food coloring, 5 to 10 drops, up to you how vibrant you want your color, and some 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or lime juice in this bowl. And now we're ready for our 1 cup of boiling water to go into our little bowl. Hi, Celine. Hi, Aslan. Oh, thanks for coming back. I'm just having technical difficulties today. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't had this many issues before. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my boiling water. So your grown-up has to do this. So if you're a kid, don't touch the boiling water. Let your grown-up do this part. So I'm gonna go get my kettle and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my boiling water in my kettle. You might be able to see the steam coming off it. I'm gonna use my 1 cup measuring cup again, and I'm going to pour this water into my little bowl with the lemon juice and the food coloring. So I'm gonna do that now. Hi, Dima. Okay, so 1 cup. Into the bowl. Great, so you can see my color is gonna be like a bright green. Then what we're going to do is we are going to pour our liquid, this, from the little bowl into our big bowl, and then we're gonna start mixing right away. But we're not going to use our hands right now. We need to use a wooden spoon because the water is really hot and I don't want you to burn yourself. So pour it in and then get your wooden spoon and you can start to mix with your wooden spoon. Here, let me angle it down so you can see a little better. There we go. So pouring it in, and then I'm gonna mix with a wooden spoon. I wonder, here, I'll mix like this. My wooden spoon. Okay, mix it all up. Make sure you're being very careful. And you'll notice that the color will start to get lighter as you mix in the powder with the liquid. Make sure you're getting all the dry bits off the bottom and the sides. Okay. So mine feels a little warm still, so I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes before I start to knead it with my hands. Now mine feels a little bit slimy this time, which is funny because I made this recipe last week and it worked out fine with the exact measurements that I used today, but that's just the way it goes. So if yours also feels a little slimy, you can just add in another tablespoon of cornstarch and then mix that in, see how it is, and then add in another tablespoon of flour, mix it in, see how it feels. So I think I'm gonna do that now. That's so strange. All right, I'll start with cornstarch, 1 tablespoon. But you really don't know the texture of your Play-Doh until it's fully cooled. So, but I think it's gonna stick to my board right now. So I did 1 extra tablespoon and I'm gonna mix that in and see how it is. That seems to be better already. Great, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my mixture onto a clean cutting board and then we get to mix it with our hands. So just test it to make sure it's not too hot. Good, mine still seems a little bit sticky. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer it onto my board. Here. And I think I'm going to add in an extra cup of flour as well because it's still quite sticky. That's so interesting. Last time I used red food coloring, so I wonder if the food coloring has anything to do with it. So if yours is sticky like mine, then just add a tablespoon of flour on top and then we'll mix that in with our hands. Okay. Make sure you're not wearing any jewelry or a watch or anything because it might get all goopy with Play-Doh. Okay, so my Play-Doh is warm, but it's not too hot, so I can start to knead it now on our board. I might need even more dry. That's okay, that's all the fun, right? It's kind of experimenting because it should not be this sticky. So yeah, I'm gonna add in some more cornstarch. So we'll just alternate adding flour and cornstarch, 1 tablespoon at a time, until it's our correct consistency. This seems better already. Does this kind of remind you of when we made Irish soda bread? It's kind of the same. The bottom part of my Play-Doh is still so sticky. Okay, I'm gonna add in an extra scoop of flour now. Oh, I see that Sam is back and Adam and Sammy. Great to have you back. So make sure you're mixing in all the white parts. This feels more like slime rather than Play-Doh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to be adding more cornstarch again. I think I'm going to be out of cornstarch by the end of this. And if you're having the opposite problem to me and yours is too dry, which I don't know, seeing how mine is turning out, I'm not sure if that would happen to you. But then you can just use a little eyedropper and drop in a few drops of water at a time and mix it in and see how that goes. My Play-Doh is still a bit warm too, so that might be another reason why it's so sticky, but we will see. It's a little bit of an experiment. It's still fun either way. I just hope that you can use it for your activities later in the week. Okay, I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more flour. Maybe you can leave in the comments how yours is going at home. Is yours working out? Mine still seems to be pretty slimy. I hope it's working out for you. Oh, good, I'm glad. Somebody said they added a bit more flour and starch and it became good. Okay, excellent. I'm glad yours is working out. More cornstarch. Good, okay. Yeah, my other batch turned out perfectly with the original amounts of cornstarch and flour. So I wonder if it's my green food coloring that's mixed everything up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is after I finish kneading all of this flour in, I think I'm gonna put mine in the fridge just to see if cooling it down will help make it less slimy, because mine's still a little bit warm from the hot water that I added. And then I would love to see pictures of you making Play-Doh at home, and I hope you really enjoyed this activity. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer while I show you how to wrap the Play-Doh and store it so it's airtight, and then I'm going to put mine in the fridge. And then I can show you the other Play-Doh that I made earlier, or last week, my pink Play-Doh. Okay, I have a little bit more flour to add just from my board. And I can't wait to see all the cool colors because I've never made rainbow Play-Doh before. So I'd love to see what that turned out like. Yeah, it seems to be getting better now that it's cooling down. And if you're playing with your Play-Doh throughout the week and you do feel that it's gotten sticky and slimy, just do the same thing that we did today and add a tablespoon of flour, then a tablespoon of cornstarch as you go. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands quickly and then I'm gonna wrap my Play-Doh and then put it in the fridge. And starting off tomorrow, we have some really cool Play-Doh activities that we're gonna do. So if your Play-Doh didn't quite work out today, maybe you wanna try a different recipe, or you could use store-bought Play-Doh. And I also put in a few other options. If you don't have time to make Play-Doh, you can still do the activities using some different household items. It won't be quite the same, but I've given you a few options. So I'm just gonna wash my hands and then I'll show you how to wrap the Play-Doh to store it. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, the color of my Play-Doh lightened up a lot as we added more flour and cornstarch. So if you wanted a darker color, you can put your Play-Doh back into your bowl now and add a few more drops of food coloring and then mix it with a spoon first so you don't dye your hands bright green or bright red, whatever color you're using. So now I'm gonna get some plastic wrap and I'll wrap my Play-Doh and then I'm gonna show you my other Play-Doh that I made last week. Okay, so I've got my cling film. Okay, so lump your Play-Doh into like a big ball, and then we're going to wrap up the Play-Doh. If you're So you want it to be really tight so that no air can get in. Just like this, making a little parcel and make sure that it's all sealed on the back. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge and then I'll show you my pink Play-Doh that I made. So this is my pink Play-Doh that I made last week with the exact same recipe. And as you can see, it's much more of a Play-Doh consistency. So I hope this is how yours turned out today. I hope the recipe works well for you. And like I say, it's always an experiment to see like whether the technology will work or whether the recipe will work. Because with the Irish soda bread last week, I've made that recipe quite a few times before, and it seems to be the time that I film myself that it doesn't go quite to plan, but that's okay. It almost makes it more fun, more of an adventure. So make sure you're sending your pictures to your teacher because I would love to see if you enjoyed making this recipe. Maybe your brother and your sister helped you as well, and they also had a fun time. I love to see pictures, and we'll all of the teachers will post the pictures on the slide for tomorrow. So if you want to see yourself on the slideshow for our e-learning, make sure you send your pictures to your teachers. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I had a really fun time making Play-Doh with you, and I hope to see you next time. Oh, Mira said she enjoyed it. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, bye.